Hey Cards, as we are near the 1-year anniversary of the mask mandate being lifted, and now that it's been officially 3 years since our last day in school before COVID changed our lives, we wanted to take a deeper look on the impact the last few years has had on some of our students and teachers here at Lincoln High School.
All right. Name and pronouns?
I'm Charlie and I use he, him pronouns.
My name is Maddox Rezai and my pronouns are he, him.
My name is Finley. I use he, him pronouns.
Yeah, thanks. My name is Athena Andrews and my pronouns are she, her.
My name is Morgan. I use she, they pronouns. And
How did COVID affect you socially?
Socially, I had a lot more time to talk to my family and friends, obviously, because school wasn't really as long and we weren't in school for as many hours. So I talked to my friends more online.
I feel like when I came out of it, I was kind of a little bit emotionally stunted, but like a year and a half later, I feel like I'm pretty much back to mostly normal, like 90% normal. Yeah.
I guess quite a bit. I mean, I didn't talk to a lot of my friends as much, and I would play like video games and stuff instead with people.
How do you feel like it affected you socially coming back into school?
I think it affected me socially positively because I could meet more people instead of just like playing with 3 people online.
So you wanted to meet more people after coming back to school?
Yes.
It affected me a lot. I had just moved to Portland and I had just gotten some jobs and then within like 2 days all my jobs ended and I was really isolated. I had also moved here because I had a fairly large friend group, people I already knew, and then suddenly I couldn't hang out with them anymore, and so it was extremely isolating.
So you'd say it had a negative effect on you?
Absolutely.
All right,
yes.
Yeah.
I think the isolation definitely made it harder to socialize with people when I got the chance to. As well as just like, I feel like I missed out on like opportunities I could have had.
How do you feel like it affected you socially coming back into school?
Coming back into school, I definitely knew less people because I was coming from middle school, and then when school started again, I was in 10th grade, so yeah.
It was fine. It was a little bit weird because I felt like sophomore year was more freshman year because we hadn't been there in freshman year. So I feel like I kind of missed out on a year to like acclimate, but I guess it ended up being better because I didn't like the old building much, so we only had to spend 1 year in it.
pretty bad. I mean, I think I lost all of like the skills I had for school, and coming back to school 5 days a week is a big transition from like being at home all day.
How was coming back into school from online and just staying at home?
Yeah, I taught online for a whole year, and that was really super difficult. And then having to come back into school little by little was very challenging. Having to try to keep everyone socially distanced in a class of 30 students, and then in the hallways. I think everyone was just really confused. Also, I worked at Franklin High School at the time, and there's a lot of like bottlenecking in the hallways, and my students were really anxious. So it was just challenging to, I felt like I wasn't really teaching academics at that point. I was teaching people how to like reintegrate socially, and I was still trying to figure that out too. So.
Would you say you miss doing those Zoom calls compared to being in front of the class?
Oh no. Last year we had to go back to online learning for like a week, and it was just horrible. It was so boring, and I was so grateful it was only for a week.
Did your peers deal with it similarly?
Well, yeah, I mean, we all went into the pandemic at the same time, so coming back into it, we were all kind of on the same page. No one really knew each other, so yeah.
I don't think so. I think everyone's still also kind of dealing with it. Yeah.
Well, interestingly enough, I had started at Franklin High School the first year we did online, so I actually didn't get to meet most of my colleagues in person. We met online. I did have a few people that I connected with, and I mean, I feel like some people dealt with it better than others. Some people really enjoyed being able to be at home, and other people were going sort of crazy.
How do you think school has changed in just the in-person environment compared to how it was before?
I don't know. It's weird, like it's hard to say because it's like for me I was coming out of middle school and then transitioning into high school, so it's bound to be different regardless.
I think that there's a gap in learning. I think some students did well with online school, but a lot of others didn't, and so I think some students are really coming back with a real sort of like a pause in their education, so they've sort of missed out on the skills required in order to do well and content, and so it's been hard because as teachers we don't necessarily, as a 10th grade science teacher, you have like a certain thing that you normally teach, but now you have to sort of alter that and keep in mind that students maybe didn't get the same background as they used to. So it's still just a big sort of like game that we have to figure out day to day.
Do you feel like you came out of COVID with any new experience or new knowledge that you didn't have before?
Oh, definitely. I came out of COVID a brand new person. I mean, being able to sit with myself for like 2 or 3 years, I really had a lot of time to ponder my thoughts, I wasn't with anyone, so being alone. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Do you feel like you came out of COVID with any new knowledge or more experience than you had before?
I mean, I guess I got older, so I had more life knowledge, but no, not really. Nothing particular.
To be grateful of being able to go out and do things when you want to and like talk to people, see people's faces. That was so, I don't know, but like just to be grateful for it.
I think I just have a really great appreciation for humans, for getting to interact with humans face to face, for getting to see people's whole faces. I've just a lot of gratitude that we can still, we've made it through, and that we're not all like living in this fear anymore. I know that a lot of it is still there for some people though. But yeah, that's the biggest thing. Just really, really grateful for social interactions.
COVID has had a large effect on students and teachers alike. Even though we began isolating ourselves 3 years ago, people are still dealing with the repercussions it had on us. This production was made by me, Alexander Maciunas, and Kelly Pinkstaff. Thank you for watching.